Welcome to the Seven Crosses series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're picking up on the 20th of August 2001. And in this video what I want to do is sort out my rail distribution network in preparation for future expansion. But before that, big thank you for all your comments and feedback. As usual, you guys give me a lot to think about. And in that vein, so the devs, because this week they've published Community Report 44. This was published on the 8th of February 2022, if you're watching this in the future. And completely out of the blue, this report talked about a traffic management system. Now, when you follow the channel, you'll be aware that I kind of talked about the fact that the game was approaching the point where it would need a traffic management system. And it seems the devs are listening, and they've dropped this bombshell on us. Although there is a bit of a sting in the tail, because if you read the community report, they say that the game will have a simple traffic management system and a complex traffic management system. Now, the simple traffic management system will be the current status quo, which means you're going to get vehicles running around like this and effectively being able to pass through each other, and they don't stop for anything. So you can get situations like this where it's a bit of a free-for-all. Now, the complex traffic management system is going to introduce rules of the road, I would guess, and it seems to be primarily based on the principle that you give way to the right. Now, this is very much a European system, which us living in the UK, we tend not to use that type of rule. The nearest we get to it is that you give way to the left on certain situations such as roundabouts. For if anyone who's not sure what the principle of give way to the right is this, the idea is that you come along a main road like this, and vehicles coming from the right hand side have priority unless there's a yellow diamond on the road in this direction which says this road has priority. Again, it's very different from the UK, because normally a road like this going through would have technically priority, especially in the case of T-junctions. So for an example like this, with these two T-junctions, this road in the UK will automatically have priority. You would not expect to yield from a vehicle coming from the right or the left as it would be in the UK. So this means that the new mechanic will change completely the way that we're going to have to manage our traffic. And of course, another feature of this traffic management system is going to be traffic lights. Now, I'm going to be completely upfront. I'm not one of the world's greatest fans of traffic lights, both in real life and in games. And if you ever watched my City Skylines series, you will notice that I put a lot more focus on roundabouts, even within relatively small areas. And I very rarely ever use traffic light systems because I just find that they're a bit too clunky. But I've got a feeling we may have to use them in this new traffic management system. Now, I don't want to dwell on this too long, but what I am going to say is that this road layout here will be terribly inefficient for two reasons. The fact that, say, for example, here I've got 1, 2, 3 junctions, 4 junctions in the length of about 3 trucks lengths. So if you imagine that with the complex management, you're going to have to signpost there, signpost there, signpost there to say this is the priority road. So that means that life could get very interesting when this new mechanic comes in. And of course, as somebody pointed out in the comments, that one of the things that the devs may need to address is this type of situation here, where whenever you connect a footpath to a road like this, you automatically get a crossing. So one thing I would like to see as part of the traffic management system is that we actually place the crossings ourselves. Although, having said that, if I go up to the road we're building up here, in fact it's finished actually, what I would like to see is a non-lit version of a road like this for asphalt, so that when you're laying out, say, roads like this, you can have a footpath along the outside, so that avoids the need to put in, where am I looking for, footpaths along like this, because what you'd have is a footpath running alongside the main road, and that should reduce the overall connections. Now, I could probably go on for the rest of this video talking about the traffic management system, but we're here to look at rail distribution. But before that, I just want to do a quick little bit of keeping this going, because I want to keep putting these bits of road in here I think we got another entrance to the university there. And then what I'd like here is, I think I'd like to finish that bit of road there. And of course I've also been working on this section of road over here. I think I would like to possibly, well, we're going to disturb the traffic, but I think it's going to be worth it. We'll just unpause, just make sure that it's all being picked up. It should get picked up relatively quickly. One thing I have noticed with the game is that whenever, as the economy gets bigger, some of these construction offices take a little bit longer to kind of pick up what they need to build. So that's something, maybe it's just an optimization issue. So that's out the way. Now if I come over here, because this is the area we're going to be working on to a certain degree, and I'll just give you a bit of an update before we actually start work. That is that I've actually finished this vehicle production depot, but I'm not going to bring it online just yet until we've actually completed this area here with respect to the what we call it, the getting the trams running. And more importantly, we've now finished this line through here. So the first thing I want to do, if I can find an ore train, is this an ore train? No, this is the coal train, is I want to get at least 2 of my iron ore trains effectively going to the mines now, not actually. Which way are you going? Let's just see where you are. No, you're the wrong way. You're empty. You're no good. See if we can pick up somebody here. Where are you going? Stilton. Okay, this is the one I'm looking for. Follow him. In fact, I think I might be able to kind of, because he's going in the right direction, isn't he? He's going in this direction. So, well, we'll just speed it up a little bit. And then what I would like to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to put you onto here. You're going to load iron ore and you're going to wait until unloaded, and then what we're going to do is just remove that there. As usual, I want to follow the first train simply because I want to make sure everything is working okay, because of course I've just signaled all the lines up in preparation, and the train will come in here, and of course he's going to drop off now. Just in front there, the junction here, I'll just pause the game as the train goes over. I've deliberately left this junction so that the iron ore trains will only come in on this side, and if there's one in here unloading, the other one will queue here. So we'll just get him, whoops, just going to let him run through, because obviously I don't want to get in the situation where I've got 2 iron ore trains unloading and the coal train can't get in to supply the coal. So because they've got to share the station, we need to make sure that will happen. But at the moment things are looking good. We're going to come down to here now. Come in here. He's going to pick up the iron ore. Look at that, great. And we're just going to run out this way and just sort of make sure that he can run back, although technically he would now throw an error saying he couldn't find his way to the depot. So I think that is up and running. So next thing what I want to do is find a second iron ore train. So come here. What's coming in here? This is the coal train. Because what I want to do is have 2 running backwards and forwards to the mines. Right here. So where are you? You're looking good. Knife Edge Large Customs House. Okay. This is the train. Just make sure we got the right one. We're not going to mess up. And then, again, we're just going to run across to all the way over to the map to here, and we'll just add. Whoops, get this here. And again, you're going to pick up ore, and you're going to wait until loaded, and you're also going to wait until unloaded. And then we're just going to remove knife edge here, and hopefully that will get this going. Now I had a bit of serendipity here because the iron ore mine here that was actually built is actually come online. So I've got 2 sets of workers now running in here. And what I want to do before we move on is we're getting a few more workers in here. So I want to get a couple more of these in here. This holds 12, so I think we'll put one more. We can have a maximum of 34 on here. So that gets this running. So we're going to get more workers out here, which means we're going to produce more iron ore. Now, this distribution office, you're going to load iron ore and take it to there. I think what we're going to do is we're going to push this up to about 89%, so that these guys will stop going here eventually once the 2 trains are going. And then in theory, all the dumpers should return to this station here. So that's the first thing I wanted to do. Now, I'm just going to slow the game down because we're going into winter, and I don't want to run into winter too quickly. Now, the next thing I want to do is come here. I think, is this the one that ships? I think it's this one, isn't it? This is the gravel train. We just pause and check. So you're picking up gravel, and then you're delivering coal, gravel. No, you're the one actually exporting the gravel, aren't you? But this must be the one that's actually picking up the gravel. Let me just see. Yeah, you're picking the gravel up and then you're unloading to here. What I want to do now is give you an extra bit of work to do. And we're going to put you onto here. And just is 960 tons. And I think we're come here. You've got to unload gravel. I'm going to set you. Whoops. I'm going to set you at 60%. I think that'd be more than enough gravel to keep the rail construction running. And the idea is then that means that the distribution office here that should be delivering to here. What are you delivering to? Town, Stilton Large Aggregate. I think this is this Stilton Large Aggregate. And I think we'll drop you to 19%. And eventually what that will mean is that the distribution office here, the trucks will stop running. And that will get that there. Now the next bit of train distribution is the fact that this office here is now ready to go. And actually, let me just see. Let me just come back to here and look at this a bit. What are you doing? You're picking up coal. I don't think this guy actually needs any more flow here. You've got gravel here. And my main concern here is whether this station may be a little bit too busy. And that actually poses a question, guys. Do any of you know how to get trucks out of these distribution offices if you don't want them anymore? So I've just had a sudden thought, actually. Let me just check something. You're moving gravel from... Why are you picking up coal? Oh, you're selling the excess coal. That's it, yep. What I'm wondering is if I can... Actually, yeah, I might do that. Okay, we're going to remove this, actually. Because I've just had another thought. But if we come to here... I want to buy a train. In fact, we're going to buy a couple of trains, actually. And what I want is some hopper cars. I'm going to buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hopper cars. And some 2, 3, 4. Oh, we got an open wagon here, actually. 69, 67. Okay, we'll just go with that. What you're going to do is come all the way over here. You're going to pick up gravel from here, and I want to deliver gravel to there. You're going to unload gravel here, and I think what I'm going to do is start reducing this stockpile. Oops, not this stockpile down. So we'll make you 60%, and then we'll come into here, and what was it here? Gravel, and we'll make you 60% as well, or 70% actually. And then I think the other gravel depot is up here. How much gravel we got in here? And what we'll do is keep you 100%. Actually, no. Yeah, we'll keep you 100% there. What that should do is, I want to look at the gravel production pickup point now. So we're going to remove you. I want to check that we've covered all the bases. We can remove you. This is the Pinsky. This is Volno. So we'll remove you. And what that will mean is that the trucks that we've got in this distribution office now will only supply gravel to the will only export surplus coal, and all their gravel responsibilities will be passed to the other distribution office. But the only trouble is that means that I've got trucks in here with gravel, so what I have to do is discard the cargo and some of these. Just discard you. Probably got way too many trucks in here now. And this one is okay. Now the next thing I want to do here, so we've got the gravel sorted out. The train shouldn't move for a little while, but next thing what I've done is I've started putting steel into here. You're going to pick up steel, and you're going to deliver steel to, oops, thank you game, building on fire. Ugh. And we need to deliver steel, where is it? Sorry. Deliver steel to here. And just have a look here. What's the 225? So we're going to start with kind of 50 odd percent. I'm just a bit worried about that. Fire. Where is it? Oh, it's okay. This guy's already on the way, so hang along with him for a little while. So he's going to literally clear that whole area out, which is no problem, because what that will mean is that this train here carrying 89 tons will then bring the steel over to here, which means that what I want to do, once we get a bit of the steel built up in here, and what we'll do is we'll build it up over time, so we got 225 tons in here, and then what I'll do then is start, I think I've already done the shipment for steel out to Ollerton. So if we come to here, where's the distribution office? Just come here. Who's picking up steel? You're picking up the gravel, so it'd be this one. So who's picking up the steel? There. And you're going to Knife Edge Matt's rail. Yep. So what will happen is that steel will be delivered here, and then the Ollerton will pick up from there. I think at this construction office, I've already flipped you onto picking up steel from. Oh no, you're still picking up from steel out. Because what I'm thinking now is to shut this steel mill down, but the problem's going to be is that we're going to need some steel here to produce mechanical components. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait to get some steel in here first and let things settle down, and then what I want to do is shut this steel mill down, because that will release a few workers to there, and of course the trucks that deliver the coal and iron to here will go, and what that will do is it will reduce my imports. So that is what we're doing. The steel here can come from the over here, because you can see we've got a surplus of steel here. Starting to think very much that we probably do need to export some steel from as well. Now the other thing I want to do with the office over here is that I'm going to come in here and oops, I don't want that. We're going to come into here, and this is going to be a drop-off point for bricks and prefabs. I'm going to set this to 100%, and obviously going to pick the bricks up from here, and we're going to pick the prefabs up from where we're actually going to drop the steel off from. So where's the steel drop-off points? Here, and you're going to load prefabs from here. Of course, eventually, that's actually the right place. I think I feel like I should rename this. We're going to rename this actually. Can't spell knife. Knife edge. Matt's station. And what that will mean is that we come back over to here. It means that oops, where am I? Got a bit disorientated. Distribution office now that comes to here. Where are you? Okay. Still. You're delivering steel. Where's the bricks? What I want to do is drop that right down to about 10%. And then eventually we'll remove this one from, actually, just going to pause actually and do it the quick way. Any guys here actually carrying bricks or prefabs? Yes, we've got one truck that's still coming over. It's got 14 tons of prefabs on it. Actually, this truck's just reminded me of something else that's going to be in the traffic management system, which I do really like. That is, you'll be able to restrict trucks going into certain areas unless they can make deliveries. So rather than at the moment where like this truck can wander around here, what you'll be able to do is say you can't enter this area unless you've got a delivery. Right, I just want to see. Right, these guys are just dropping off prefabs. Now, are you guys going to go back to the depot? I think they are. So, got 30 tons of prefabs in here, another 51. So I think what we might do is just increase that prefabs a smidge. Now put this up to, you can drop off 100%, that's good. And what just want to, you're moving steel, you're actually moving bricks, that's okay. Which one has got unsupported settings? Where is that? It's the gravel So what that means is that things should now be running a little bit better, and also we'll be reducing our fuel consumption because we won't have so many trucks running all over the place now. And we've got a nice supply of steel here. Of course, next something else we'll work on in the future is mechanical components and exports as well. So that will get this running a little bit quicker. But I think I've probably done enough changes from that respect now. I want to make sure. Probably don't need that number of wagons. Let's have a look how many kind of octopus I've got now. I've only got 5. I think we'll sell one. Be 293,000 back, and then we'll just empty that cargo, discard that cargo, so that this is now purely set up for shipping coal. And this is only when where is it? Let's have a look. It's going to be this one. So let me just see what the. I think what we might be able to do now is just kind of possibly edge that down to say 80% now, so we can export a little bit of coal from here, and that gets that running. Of course, the real test is when part of the economy actually starts to crash. When we've got a population of 47,000, we're in quite a lot of people with low education, but that's okay. How's the unemployment? We've only got 266 people unemployed. That's something we need to work out. And we've got no over 21s. Now the question is that due to the fact that we're not losing population? Let me just check. The population is rising, so that means people are moving into new accommodation. Oh, the other thing I wanted to check here is we want some workers in here. And then, because I've noticed that this fire station is not a regular supply of workers, and I put it down to the fact that this station here is getting too crowded. So what we need to do is we're gonna add you as a pickup point, and can't remember which one it is now. Sorry, this bus stop 4. So we'll take out, remove you. Bus stop 4. And what that should do is ensure that there be a fairly steady flow of workers now up to the fire station here. And that will mean that technically now we don't need workers on this bus stop here. This bus stop will be purely to take people down into here. Now the next thing I want to look at is I'm pretty sure that the rail construction office is now down to 2 jobs. Yep. What I need to do is build this, and once I've completed this, what we need to do then is do this connection in here. In fact, I could probably do it now. Let me just see. Yeah, I think I will do it now. We can plan this in, because before we can build the before we can start using trams, though I am considering using, I can't remember what they're called now. Here's the train depot here. We come to purchase train sets, because one, some of these go a bit quicker, and they also carry more passengers. So rather than using trams, we'll probably use train sets here. So this is the last bit that we need to be built. Let me just check. Just get rid of, remove this bit of track here. Now I've been looking at this junction here, and I don't think I mean, how long would a train set be? I mean, if we could come off about here, we might be able to get enough of distance. So for argument's sake, if a train set's that long, what we need to do is come off about here. There's no need for a back curve, and I'm not really happy about this, so I'm going to remove this. I'm kind of thinking now we're going to need to put in a crossover, so kind of we can curve this round a bit like that. Now the fun bit is going to be if we can get a bridge up over there here. Well, oh, I just love you, game. And say we need to put a construction crossover here. Oh, look at that. Brilliant. We can get an elevated railway. And then ideally I'd like to come across like that. Bring you round like that. And then hook you there. Then what that will do is give us an elevated railway there. We're just going to accept that. And then what we'll have to do is try and get in very short length of crossover there. We'll accept that. Just let the game run now. It's just stay on slow actually. And then what I'll do is I'll finish this, build in this, and we'll have to build in these little bits of track here so that we can get the signals in. And what that will mean is that we can get the train sets running through here, and the construction train can come up here and start building all through here with the steel and prefabs and everything like that. And then we'll build all the way around to here to be able to get into this station here. And what that means is we'll be able to develop this area to be able to get the workers out to here. So that's the idea. I want to check now how's this going? Yep. So we're kind of in a real-time situation now, but that's okay. I just want to see how well when we got a surplus there, we got a little bit of a jam here. Let me just see. Right, you're leaving. I suppose technically this guy can't get into here until this train's left, and of course we've just had a delivery of iron ore there. So what we got is the two trains coming in here. We got this one waiting. A bit worried about why. I just wonder whether we need another signal here to split this up, because the trains seem to be waiting for this guy's here. If we split this, the train won't have to wait until it goes all the way out there. So I could put a two-way signal there, but because technically no train will come through here unless it's absolutely necessary, because these trains are here. So once I've got the three trains running up backwards and forwards here, that will be okay. So we got that running there while we're on the way through. Just check the electronic situation. We're getting a little bit of electronics, but I don't think I'm producing the amount of electronics that I would like. Of course, another thing, we are in October, and if you watched the previous video, you will be aware that I created connected up an extra silo here is now full. Let's see how my silos are filling up. Got a little bit of surplus, but we still got a lot more here waiting to be picked up. Why are you guys kind of have a look at a bit worried about why? Okay, you've only got one drop-off point, but you've got a full 20. Yeah, I think I've really got to start consuming food. But that sorts out the distribution for the moment until it settles down. And the next thing I want to look at is up here we should have power now. And we should have power to here. And, oops, thank you game. And we should have power into here. Now I'm not going to plant this farm up just yet, but because we're now getting infrastructure out here, the one thing I do want to do is put in, do exactly what I did before with the oil field. If I can find it. Where is it? Right, we got down there. Of course this comes into a planning decision now. I think a fire station can be justified being put on a main road, couldn't it? So I think we'll put a fire station there. And we'll connect you up there. Let's get that. Of course, what we're going to do is come here. Put a and you can we'll put a gravel road around the back. Well, I suppose technically the gravel road will never have anyone on it because it's only there for service purposes. And of course the one thing we are going to need here is a power line pickup as well. And that's going to be the center of our town. So if I put in, I can stretch this kind of, that'd be brilliant. If I could get it, say about there, actually we'll put it in a little bit like that. Actually, bit over there, like that. And then I could kind of put a mud road kind of coming out here. You can come into there, and then I want that. Go 2.35 megawatts work. Come out, and then we'll run you right. Wow, is that actually connected? Well, that's a bit cheeky. I know about the putting this across the front there, but running close to a road, side road like that would be quite good fun. That's what we're going to do is get our helicopter crews working on this, and this, because this is really too far out for a, how can you say, it's too far out for construction crews. Although we do have these guys, they could possibly do an assist for the roads. Don't think that they're not busy. I just had a thought. Problem is, if I bring a construction office out here, and I've got a small construction office here, so they could probably, well, they've already picked the roads up anyway, so that's good. View. I want to check something. Deliver with, I've got an open hole here. You deliver with the open hole. We've got no gas out here as well, so we're going to need a gas station. In fact, I think what we'll do is, you're too far away, so we'll put the gas station opposite as well, like that. We're kind of just building up a little bit of infrastructure out here, because this is an area where I want to expand, because this is going to be my main food production system. But of course, at the moment, it will be a bit isolated. And of course, we've got Nuclear City over here is where I want to work as well. And of course, more importantly, from the point of view of the fact I need a chemical and plastics industry, is we're going to start planning this area here as well, so that hopefully things are actually going to get going. Kind of a little bit worried about where the population is going. The population is growing, but where is all the population going to? So we're going to have to go on a little bit of a hunt to try and find out. Oh yeah, sorry, I built this. I put this in because I realised I wasn't getting enough workers and population here to keep this whole area going. So I put this apartment block in. So what we've got here is lots and lots of 23s and 21-year-olds. What's the happiness here? Is the happiness? This would be a good test of 52% loyalty. Wow. 77% happiness. That's because of the alcohol. So maybe it is time for a loyalty and a happiness check across my whole economy. So what have we got here? 78% there. Of course, it's lower in some parts because there's not a full pub coverage. We've got 45% loyalty here, so we're going to need to work on improving the loyalty in Ollerton. We move back to this area. Yeah, the loyalty is still not particularly that good here. The happiness isn't particularly brilliant. What is causing the problems? Let me just see. And of course, as one of the surprises the devs got me is because I didn't actually notice that the Crime and Justice had been released. I was a bit surprised when I read in the community reports and they said that it's actually released. I think what we could do is possibly push up a couple of these a little bit, push up some of the schools as well. I mean, we got high 40s. I mean, what we might be able to do is sneak that to a 50, and possibly the school. We got a school up around here somewhere. I think we can push you to 45, and we've got a small school tucked in here somewhere. I can remember where it is. Oh, I think he can stay where he is. So we'll just keep pushing that up. So our average loyalty now is 51%, which is pretty cool actually. Let's have a look here. We got 62% here. Wow. And we've got 68% happiness. Wow, we've getting a very loyal. I think we're going to push you to 60. There, check, make sure there's no drop down here. You can go to 50%, because of course one thing you need to be aware of when it comes to loyalty with education, just because you've got employees here with 50% loyalty, that doesn't necessarily mean that all your students are going to get 50% loyalty. What there is there seems to be a random element that says that they can be 20% less or 20% higher. So the more you can push this up, the more guaranteed that you get a minimum. And of course, there's always the possibility that you'll get students here. Look at that, we're turning out students at 65. Well, maybe we'll go to 55 for that. And of course, we got our school over here. Wow, okay, up to 50, not 55. We can take you up to 50. And of course, we got our orphanages over here. Where is it? We've got 2 orphanages here. You certainly want to get up to 50% as well. Oh, 35%. Well, we certainly want you up to 50%. And actually, how's your education? I always get a bit worried about the fact that none of these have got, but the ones without appropriate upbringing actually have loyalty. The ones who don't, unless of course don't seem to have loyalty, which is a little bit odd. Right, we'll just check Stilton, slow the game down again. Right, we've got Stilton is up in the low 60s. Happiness is 81%, which is pretty good. Actually, I'll just, well, let's just do this and then I'll go back. You certainly want to get to 50. And we also want to do that with, wow, 35. Okay, push you to 55. Certainly want you up, wow. Okay, just push you up to 50. You up to 50, and maybe 55 actually. And then we certainly want a high education in here, so you can go to 55. And then we've got another school over here. I'm being very negligent in Stilton, haven't I? I think that covers this area here. How many workers we got in here? We got, wait, I want passengers on this one. Thought I'd turn that off. Because you don't, anything that goes out here is the workers. Let's see what the worker situation is now. So we are building up the workers in the steel mill. And we got this here. Right, I think it's time to bring this one online. Because we need to yeah. Although we're now getting a bit of a surplus here, and we're not actually producing enough steel, so we're going to need to get more. Actually, maybe this isn't such a good idea. Take this offline for the moment. We need the workers in there. How many people are waiting here? Oh, look at that. Great. So we got that done. We'll get over to here. Happiness is pretty good. How's the loyalty? Wow, considering how bad the loyalty was in this area. And that is brilliant. So again, we'll push you up to 50. We'll get you up to 50. Of course, there's maybe give you 55. And of course, we forgot all about the secret police as well. We don't want the, although I'm not totally sure about that. Certainly want you up to 50% as well. 3 escapes so far this year. That's pretty good, actually. So actually, while we're at it, come back over to here. Just check the prison here. I think you need to go to 50%. We've only had 3 escapes this year. 2 escapes this year, actually. Which is pretty good. And, oh yeah, this is the thing I was thinking about. What was the average loyalty in this area again? I would like to get possibly this up to 60%. That we're getting plus 2.4% loyalty boost now on that, and we'll just check the television station. Oops. Check the television station. Of course, we don't really have a full workforce here, but certainly we've got disloyal people spreading bad information here. I think we'll get you to 45. I think we could probably push it that way a little bit. So we got this area here, and of course we still got Foodville here, which has got some extra workers in. And this is 54, 64, and we got happiness of 73. So again, we'll just push this up to 50 odd, and we'll do the push you to 55. This is the police station, and there's my security police. Wow, you're only on 25. Huh. We're probably going to need to look a little bit about the loyalty there. And then, of course, over here, yeah, this is my really problem area. 79%. Wow, look at that. We're up to 45%. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. Push you up to, actually, we'll push you to 50%, and then we'll push the university to 45. There's another school in here somewhere, I'm pretty sure. What are you doing down at 35? You should be leading the way. And of course we got these need to be 45 as well. Just show your loyalty to the establishment. So we got that running there. So we're looking good, guys. We're up to 48,000 now. My main concern now is actually food production over here, because this is our single food factory. I mean, at the moment it's holding up. We do have this old food factory tucked in here as a backup. My instinct is now we need to get rid of this, but the problem's going to be is who comes here for mechanical components. We've got a little truck here. So, what's that? Hollerton Main Construction. Wow. I think what we're going to do is I need to find somebody with some open trucks. Actually, I'll just go to me. I've been so busy faffing around with other things. Let me just see what the movement now. Well, we are increasing the range, but I would like to. Oh, it's going to be a bit of a short bit here. I'm going to have to put that little bit in there, and I think I would like to possibly run you to there. And oops, no, I want that there. Certainly would like that built. Is this bit being built over here? Yep. And I think we're putting a little bit there. Actually, seeing this is no, that will block off the fire run, won't it? Okay, let's let this. We'll just keep filling in the little bits of road here. Have a look at the farming situation. We've still got some crops left in the field. These silos are full. Probably this silo over here is full as well, yeah, because it's only 4,000. It's like we've collected most of the stuff from here, but this is full. This one is nearly full. This one is nearly full as well. This one, for all intents and purposes, is full. You're full. You're my surplus overflow. You're full, and you're full. Right. Trying to think. I'm a bit worried about why this truck is sat here. He's slowly loading up. Where are you picking up steel from? The Como camp login. Where are you? Okay, we're going to move you from here, and we're going to put you. You can pick up from. You pick up from there. Not that you're building that much steel. Okay, we've got no steel. Oh wow, what happens to the steel then? Some buildings have unsupported. Buildings without power supply. Yeah, train, where are you going? We're picking up prefabs. Oh, so you're kind of... Wow, we're going to need to start moving even more steel, aren't we? But then again, what might have happened, let me just come up to here. Sorry about jumping across the map here. Yeah, I think what is happening is because I've been delivering steel into here, into Knife Edge, the trucks are now bringing the steel up to here, which is kind of turbocharging the construction in this area, where for a long time we didn't have any steel. I think if we leave this construction office on getting steel from here, what we can do then is the steel output from here could then feed into here. Yeah, we don't really have a lot of workers in here. Yeah, you want 9 tons of mechanical components, don't you? Right, we're going to need to find some way to move mechanical components so that we can improve the overall flow here. Don't have... Oh, I just had a thought. Ah, yes. Yes. Mech components. We've still got 1 ton of food in here, but we got no mechanical components. So what we can do is let's open this up for, say, 37 tons of mechanical components. Come out to over here. Okay, what's going on here? Your train is too long, isn't it? Okay, what we're going to have to do is sell you. I don't want to sell the whole train, can I? What are these? These, the problem is I put some long fuel tanks into here under the delusion that these would be more efficient, but obviously it's messed things up a little bit. I think it's this one, these here, the 7671s, because they're carrying 120 tons of fuel. Okay, let me just, and I think what's happened is the train has hooked these up. So if I sell you for that, nope. Okay, we're gonna sell another one. Will that fix you? Yeah, it was a mistake buying those extra long tankers. Looks like the distribution offices automatically builds up to a peak length of trains, but I think we'll be okay. I mean, we could, yeah. So he's off again because he got stuck. And what we can always do is add more, some of these, what we call it. So we can sell some of these. Yeah, kind of a little bit annoying that we've got to sell them, but I'll leave that one. We're just going to get rid of a couple of these hopper cars, and then what we'll do is we'll buy in a couple of these, but we'll use the short fuel tanks. Let me just see. Buy a couple more of these. This is where it runs along with a train that's 6 long. What was I doing? Oh yeah, we need to have something up here now that will. We got warehouses here that can take mechanical components, and we got this office here. I think you pick up mechanical components, don't you? Okay, who's picking up the mechanical components from here? Medium distro, where are you? You're here. Okay. I think I need another distribution office, don't I? So that I can control these separately. Make pickup. You're delivering to... Actually, we could probably... So we're going to put another distribution office in here. I think we only need about 6, don't we? We can kind of tuck you in just about here. And we'll get the road crew on that. Right, yeah. And because I'm impatient, we'll put this on here. So what that will do is allow me to put some covered holes in here, and then what those covered holes will do is deliver mechanical components to here, and then we'll use this as a mechanical component pickup points, which will then be used to send some mechanical components to here over this area. And what that will also what that could also do is be used to export surplus ones as well. So what we'll do is we will bring mechanical components here. That means that what we need in here for mechanical components won't need this area here. So that means we can shut down this entire complex here. Then of course eventually over here, when all this is built, we can start bringing the necessary building supplies out here to drive the construction offices, which will build out here. Well, that's the theory anyway. Oops, just go back to normal speed. But I've just realized I'm running out of time, so this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.